Hello once again. This is your brother, your friend, your extended family, your martial arts instructor, your mentor. I'm back. This is Brother Teacher. Let me tell you something. I've been having so many problems with my video camera over the past couple months, and it has stopped me from providing the videos in the way in which I would have liked to present them to you, because I'm sort of a perfectionist, and the videos were just not coming out right, and there was a lot of flickering and a lot of offset as far as my voice with the picture and so forth. But I found out the problem was something that I had done wrong, and I remembered when I did it wrong, and I just corrected it. Anyway, I had some of you, my dear friends and subscribers, ask what happened to me, and you were concerned about me, and I am so elated that you care that much about me, and I appreciate you to the utmost. But I'm here for now, and with that said, I'm going to kick this video off and start talking about real quick. First of all, let me say this: I got a lot of stuff that's been bottled up that I want to let out, but I'm going to start with this martial arts video subject of people, and I've touched on it before, about people who are professed masters and grandmasters in martial arts who have not put any time in, or who have not even had any formal instruction from anyone. There are some people who like to go for what they know, and some of this is redundant. Been here, done this before. If you've heard it before, please listen to it again. It's probably just the way in which I'm presenting it is a little bit different than last time. If you haven't heard it, just brace yourself. It's really what it is. So, during the Bruce Lee era, we can go back hundreds and thousands of years, but during the Bruce Lee era, in my time, I'm a baby boomer, there was a Bruce Lee era where people, once Bruce Lee became popular, an icon, and he was celebrated all over the world as a great martial artist, and he was developing to a great martial artist and even actor in martial arts. Everybody wanted to be Bruce Lee, or be like Bruce Lee, or follow Bruce Lee, or copy the nunchakus, or wanted to start looking like Bruce Lee and trying to buff up and things like this, and practice his art of Jeet Kune Do and so forth. But you got to remember, for everything that's legitimate, everything that's genuine, you're going to always have a counterfeit. You're going to have people who are wannabes, who have not ever studied or ever studied under a true instructor or someone who has had formal training, and so they start making stuff up. Someone who has had traditional training in some discipline can recognize those individuals afar off. Now, there's many instructors in my local city that I can point to. If you're looking for quality instruction, I'm going to throw a few names out here, and they're probably more than likely watching me right now, and I'm going to give them their kudos. I'm going to give them their flowers while they live today, because they came up during my time. Grandmaster Llewellyn Rogers, Grandmaster Woodrow Fairbanks, and I'm going to call him Grandmaster Anthony Price, Grandmaster Kiyoshi, Edward Brown, Sensei Holly, Dwight Holly, Terrell Davis. There's a bunch of folks out here. So I just wanted to give them their props right now. And if I didn't call your name, don't be upset. I didn't dismiss you or leave you out. You are still credible. All of you that are out there, I only have so much time on my video, but those are the names that come to me right now, so I don't prolong this video. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on some of those great martial artists that came up during my time. And I know you know me. I've been doing this for a long time, and I have never took a vacation from martial arts, never had a hiatus. I never talked about or even thought about retiring, because this is a way of life. But getting back to what I was talking about, people who are pretending to be masters, let me tell you, as I said before, Every time there's someone who's legitimate, there's somebody who's trying to copy martial arts and be a martial artist, or even profess that they are a master or what have you. I'm not knocking those individuals necessarily, because there are some people who have good hearts who actually want to know martial arts, didn't have the money. They came up during a particular time that it was not accessible to them at that particular time, and then they grab onto the shirt tails of a lot of people that are already in martial arts and who have vested time in, such as the ones that I've mentioned. And so what they do, they start going around associating themselves with these masters, to include myself, and trying to absorb like a sponge, pick up the stuff while they're in your class, they're watching. They are copying you. Sometimes they videotape you, sometimes they message you on Facebook, they message you on Messenger, they watch YouTube videos and so forth, and then they get a couple students. Those students could be family members or friends, and those students start paying them money, start calling them teacher, start calling them master, and then their ego expands a little bit more. So once their friends, once these strangers that they didn't know started calling them master, guess what? They assumed the title of master, and they walk around, and when enough people start calling them master, their ego has been inflated, and then they think they're something that they're not. Now, I'm not trying to beat up on anyone, and I won't mention any names, but there's a lot of people that I know who are doing this, and it's okay to some degree. You can learn from videos, and you can learn from books, because a lot of us learn things from videos and books, even though we had formal instruction still, no matter who we are. We all have some kind of foundational book under our system or style for the most part. But understand this, you still need a competent instructor who has done the work, who's put the time in, so that you don't have to start reinventing the wheel, trying to start all over and trying to figure this thing out called martial arts based on physics and science and so forth. So now, those that I've mentioned already as far as instructors, beware of folks out here saying that they're masters and so forth. I don't care how friendly they are. Sometimes they try to get on your good side and make you feel like, they're part of the group, and they want to truly be part of the group, but you've got to pay some dues to be part of this thing we call martial science or martial arts. It's really that simple. And again, I'm not beating up on anyone. I won't mention anyone's name. It's not necessary. I'm just saying in general, beware of people who are saying that they're martial arts instructors, who have not actually put real time in. Not to say that they're not putting some kind of time in. Once people started calling them teacher or sensei and shifu and whatever and master, you just have to beware. And those of you who are looking for credible martial arts instructors, please make sure that you do a little due diligence, a little research, and find out something about that person other than the fact that they just say, I'm a karate teacher. It's really that simple. So I think that was all that I had to say for this particular segment, but I'm going to say this to those of you that are watching me, those who are my subscribers, those who are my friends and associates in the martial arts especially. If there's something that you would like me to address in terms of a subject on martial arts, on government, on our freedoms and rights, and on health and wellness, please feel free to put it in the comment section, and I'll do my very best to address that subject, because I've studied and been in a lot of different endeavors in my life. I've been fortunate, and if I don't know the answer, I can direct you to the person or the industry that can answer your question. All right, you take care.